Hello, welcome back to Shakil's physics classes. Previous class, we have stopped at determining center of gravity of a hollow hemisphere. Today, we move on to the next topic, center of pressure. Let us first try to understand what center of pressure is. Let us say this is a tank containing some fluid. And this is the top surface of the fluid. Okay? Imagine we are immersing a surface of some arbitrary shape vertically inside this fluid. When you immerse this surface vertically inside this fluid, each and every element of this surface will be acted upon by a fluid thrust, which will be acting normal to the surface. The thrust acting on each and every element depends on the depth of the element from the fluid surface. It depends on area of the element. As I said, all the thrust will be acting normal to that area. So since this can be divided into a number of elements, there will be a number of thrusts acting simultaneously on each and every element. All these thrusts act as like parallel forces. Therefore, all these like parallel forces can be added, compounded to get a resultant which will be acting at some definite point on the plane area. That point where this resultant acts, we call it as center of pressure of this surface. They might ask you to define center of pressure. I will write what it is. You can copy down. But by this, you should have understood what center of pressure is. I repeat once again. This is a tank containing some liquid fluid. A surface is immersed vertically inside this fluid. This is the top surface of the fluid. The moment you immerse this vertically, each and every element of this surface will be acted upon by a fluid thrust. The thrust acting on each element will depend upon its depth from the top surface of the liquid. It depends on area of the element. All these thrusts act as like parallel forces. All these like parallel forces can be compounded into a resultant which will be acting at some definite point on this plane area. That point from where this resultant acts will give its center of pressure. Having said that, I will write the definition for you. The center of pressure of a plane surface in contact with a fluid is a point on the surface through vary on the various elements of the area passes. The center of pressure of a plane surface in contact with the fluid is a point on the surface through which line of action of the resultant of the thrust on various elements of the area passes. This is the definition for center of pressure. If they ask you in a 2-mark question what center of pressure is, you need to write this. Okay? If this is okay to you, I shall rub this off to go and discuss determination of center of pressure, a general case. Determination of center of pressure. General case. Let me first draw the diagram for this. Something like this, and let us try to understand what this diagram says. We are considering a plane surface of arbitrary shape whose area is S, immersed vertically in a liquid of density rho, divided into a number of elements, and the depth of one such element of area ds is h. Let us try to understand this particular diagram. We are considering a plane surface immersed of area S, immersed vertically in a liquid of density rho. The element is divided into, the surface is divided into a number of elements, each of area ds. One such element of area ds at the depth h below the surface of the liquid AB is shown in the figure. Is that clear to you? Now, let us proceed to get an expression for the center of pressure of this lamina. The thrust on the element. Thrust on the element can be written as H rho G into area. Pressure is H rho G into area. Is that okay to you? Pressure, therefore, will be thrust upon area. Pressure will be thrust upon area. Therefore, H rho G. Therefore, H rho G into A. Now, I have written thrust as H rho G into ds. This is the thrust acting on the element. Having written the thrust acting on the element, we can find out what is the moment of this thrust about the surface AB. Therefore, I write moment of this thrust about the surface AB. This is thrust into perpendicular distance. The perpendicular distance is h. Therefore, I write it as h squared rho g into this. This is the moment of this thrust about the surface AB. Now, we have written this moment of this surface of this thrust about this surface AB for one element. You divide this surface into a number of elements, each of area ds. So you need to add the total moments. Sum of moments. Sum of moments of the thrust. The thrust on all such elements. On all such elements which constitute the plane area. Okay, so I can write this as sigma h squared rho g ds. Summation can also be replaced by an integral. You can write it as h squared rho g ds. Is that okay to you? Now, if the center of pressure of this entire plane surface lies at a point P, which is at a depth h from the plane surface AB, then I can write moment of the resultant thrust. Moment of resultant thrust about the surface. About the surface. I will write it as h integral h rho g ds. This is going to give the total thrust into h for the whole surface. That is the moment of resultant thrust of the surface. Now, h rho g ds, as I said, is resultant thrust. If I can rub this off, then I can equate. Now, for me, looking at this is giving me the moment of thrust of all surface. This is also giving moment of resultant thrust of the entire surface about the surface AB. Therefore, I will write h integral h rho g ds is equal to integral h squared rho g ds. Is that okay to you? We are interested in finding out h. Therefore, h will be equal to integral h squared ds upon integral h ds. So this is the expression for determining the center of pressure of that plane lamina immersed vertically. Hope this is clear to you. This is the formula we are going to use in our next discussion. So the steps what we have followed here, exactly the same steps we will be following in our next discussion as well. Is that okay to you? This is a general case. Nobody will ask you to get expression for center of pressure or how do you determine the center of pressure for a general case. For the sake of understanding, I have done this. We will go to the real application that is given in our syllabus. Okay? Let me rub this off. To go to the first application. The first application we are going to see is this. Center of pressure of a triangular lamina. Let me draw the diagram first. Let us now name them. This is A, B, C, thickness DH. This is X. This is at the depth H. This is B. Let us say this is A. I will tell you what all these things are. You need not worry. Okay? We will discuss this. We are considering a triangular lamina of base A. So please listen. We are considering a triangular lamina of base A immersed vertically in a liquid of density rho with its vertex at A in the surface of the liquid EF. The base of this is BC, and the horizontal depth, the base BC, which is horizontal, and a depth B below the surface. Let us go to the diagram.